If you're new to Destiny, you might find the weapon system to be very different from other shooters you've played. Even those who are returning from year 1 of Destiny 2 might find themselves a little lost with everything that has changed. For all my new and returning players checking out the game with New Light and Shadowkeep, this is for you. My name is Oxy, and this is a complete guide to Destiny 2's weapon system. Destiny 2's weapon system is simple but flexible. In some cases, it's actually so flexible that even veteran players get their gun types wrong. To keep things as easy to understand as possible, we're going to take things slowly, starting with ammo types. There are 3 types of ammo in Destiny: primary, special, and heavy ammo. You can tell each ammo brick apart by the color: gray for primary, green for special, and purple for heavy. Every gun will display its ammo type on the weapon card, so you can easily tell what type of gun it is. Guns are often referred to by their ammo type, so something like a hand cannon is called a primary weapon, shotguns are called special weapons, and so on. Primary weapons are the weakest weapon type, and they're going to be the weapon you use the most. It might sound weird that you'll use the weakest weapon the most, but the main reason for that is because primary ammo is the most common type of ammo. In PvE, primary weapons are used mainly for clearing out large numbers of trash ads, and sometimes for dealing with majors. In PvP, your primary is usually your main dueling weapon. Primary weapons include scout rifles, bows, pulse rifles, auto rifles, hand cannons, SMGs, and sidearms. This list is in order of range, by the way. Scout rifles and bows have the most range among primaries, while sidearms and SMGs have the least. As a general rule for primaries, your time to kill increases as your range increases. This means that scout rifles have a slightly slower time to kill in their preferred range than sidearms do within their preferred range. But a sidearm is obviously not going to compete with a scout rifle's time to kill in scout rifle range. This is done so that there is a reason to use lower range weapons at close ranges, since they have a better time to kill. And at long ranges, the range-oriented weapons perform better instead. Next up are special weapons. The design behind these weapons is in the name. They are weapons designed for specialized situations. Special ammo is a little more rare than primary ammo, but special weapons do a lot more damage than primaries. In PvE, these are going to be your main weapons for dealing with beefier targets like majors and mini-bosses, and you can use them as a backup for boss damage. In PvP, you only spawn with 2 ammo for your special weapon. Killing an enemy guardian who is also using a special weapon will make them drop the special ammo they were carrying, so you can get extra ammo that way, as long as you don't die. Special weapons include sniper rifles, single-shot grenade launchers, fusion rifles, and shotguns. Again, this list is in order of range, with snipers having the most and shotguns having the least. There's 2 weapons on here that you might not be familiar with. Single-shot grenade launchers fire a single grenade before reloading. You can hold down the trigger and release it to control the detonation, and this allows you to bounce the grenade off obstacles. Fusion rifles are unique to Destiny. They fire a multi-shot burst after a brief charge-up period. In general, special weapons tend to kill in one shot, but only within specific limitations. Shotguns can one-shot, but only at close range. Fusions can one-shot, but only after a charge-up. Grenade launchers can one-shot, but only if you hit the target dead on. Snipers can one-shot, but only to the head. This is why they're called special weapons, because they are specialized for a specific role. Last but not least are heavy weapons. These are sometimes also called power weapons. They do the most damage, but heavy ammo is very rare, so you can't spam it. In PvE, heavy ammo is mainly saved for boss damage, unless you're using a machine gun. In PvP, you spawn with 0 heavy ammo. At certain intervals, heavy ammo will spawn in set locations on the map, and you'll be able to pick it up there. If you kill someone using heavy ammo, you can also loot the ammo from their body. Heavy ammo weapons include linear fusion rifles, machine guns, rocket launchers, drum mag grenade launchers, and swords. Linear fusions have a charge-up time before firing, just like fusion rifles, but instead of firing in a burst, they fire a single long-range shot. Machine guns are the one heavy weapon you do not want to use for boss damage. Their single target DPS is atrocious. However, they are absolute monsters at ad clear, and with a high fire rate and deep ammo reserves, they are also lethal in PvP. Drum mag grenade launchers are slightly different than single shot grenade launchers. These explode on impact instead of bouncing, which means you can't control the detonation unless you have a specific perk. But you have a larger mag size and generally do more damage. Finally, swords are very close range, but they have massive ammo reserves and the ability to block to reduce damage. You can also use sword swipes as a mobility tool in the air. One thing I do want to mention before moving on is that exotic weapons will sometimes break the rules for ammo types. Exotics are unique, one-of-a-kind items that always have a special effect or perk. For example, Whisper of the Worm is a sniper that uses heavy ammo, even though snipers usually take special ammo. And Fighting Lion is a grenade launcher that uses primary ammo instead of special. There's more than just these two, but anytime a weapon breaks the rules, it's usually an exotic. If you look on your character page, you'll see 3 weapon slots available. The slot on the bottom is your heavy ammo slot, so all your heavy ammo weapons will always be equipped there. However, the other 2 slots are a little different. You might assume that they're for primary and special weapons, but this is not quite right. You can equip a primary or special weapon in either slot. The difference between the slots is the damage types. The top slot is for kinetic weapons, and the middle slot is for energy weapons. Kinetic damage is your basic, non-elemental damage type. Energy weapons, on the other hand, always deal damage in one of 3 elements: solar, arc, or void. Elements in Destiny work a little bit different than other ARPGs. All elements are better than kinetic at damaging shields. Kinetic weapons make up for this by having slightly higher base damage than energy weapons. If you match the element of your damage to the element of the shield, it will explode when you break it, dealing extra damage. None of these distinctions apply in PvP, they only take effect against AI enemies. This is important because primary and special weapons can be either kinetic or energy. This means that you can equip any combination of the 2 in either slot. If I want 2 primaries, I can choose to run a kinetic pulse rifle and an energy SMG to cover long ranges. If I want 2 special weapons, I can choose to run a kinetic sniper and an energy shotgun, again for long and close range. However, I cannot equip a kinetic sniper and a kinetic shotgun, or an energy pulse rifle and an energy SMG. When equipping 2 special weapons, your ammo will be shared between them. This means that you'll run out of ammo very quickly unless you have specific perks for helping with ammo gain. In PvP, you will only spawn with 1 bullet in each gun. In general, I would say it's best to equip 1 primary, 1 special, and 1 heavy weapon. You should also try to choose a primary and special weapon that have complementary ranges. If I choose a long-range primary option like a scout or pulse rifle, it's usually best to take a close-range special like a shotgun or a fusion. If I want to use a sniper rifle, the close-range primaries like a sidearm, SMG, or hand cannon will pair best with that. One last tip for primary and special weapons. Kinetic weapons always face left in the item card, while energy weapons always face right. If you're sorting through your vault and aren't sure if the sniper rifle you're looking at is kinetic or energy, just check which way it's facing. There's a lot more to cover with weapons like perks, archetypes, mods, and so on, but those are all topics that I will cover in later videos. If you want to get started, I do have a complete sniper guide that you can check out right now. One last very important tip I want to mention is the Destiny Item Manager, or DIM for short. This is a third-party website that pretty much every Destiny player I know uses. It allows you to move your items between characters, in and out of the vault, and retrieve items from the postmaster, among many other things. You can run it on your phone, in the background, or on a second monitor. If you need a gun that's on another character or in the vault, you can just drag it onto your active character in DIM and the gun will arrive a few seconds later in real time, without having to go to the tower or log out. You can also use DIM to inspect all these stats on an item, including hidden stats like aim assist and zoom, and get numerical values for each stat. There are some other sites and apps that do similar things, like Ishtar Commander and the official companion app, but everybody pretty much uses DIM. I hope this guide was able to help you get a better grasp on the gun system in Destiny. If it did, be sure to check out some of my other videos. If you know anyone who is new to Destiny, share this video with them to help them out too. I'll have more new player guides coming soon, so feel free to subscribe to see those as soon as they come out. Once again, my name is Oxy, and I'll see you in the next one.